Hey guys, Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Pretty much a flat day in the markets. We were up about 0.2%. We're drifting a little bit lower after hours on the backs of the MU earnings, which they did have a little bit of an earnings beat, but it was already to be expected, and so you're not getting much of a reaction on it. It looks like, let me see here, you're down about 9 points on it, so kind of a little bit of a muted reaction, but you can see here we just had kind of a flat day, and so we're, kind of pushing back towards highs. My thinking is probably, as you can kind of feel, it's a little bit of summer trading has been going on. My feeling is we're going to probably back and fill this for just a little bit of time, if we're going back and just looking at, right, this past consolidation, right, which lasted from March 1st to, let's say, mid-May. When you get these big pushes in the market, like, it's very common to, right, just go sideways for a little bit. And, we did bounce from about 415 to 485 in a month and some change. And so it's not out of the cards for us to go sideways. There is nothing structurally wrong with the market. It frankly looks very, very healthy. And I think something really positive happened, which was, a lot of people have been talking about rotation. Right? The dreaded rotation that never comes, right? And that's usually and when they think about rotation, they think about the IEWM and small caps. But we are having a rotation. Today I thought was a really interesting day because, while the semiconductors were weak, right, and they were kind of getting boosted down, for a good chunk of the day, what ended up happening was, like, these were kind of fading off during the day. Dell and some of these Qualcomm. Look at the dump on Dell, Qualcomm. But we had, I think, a nice rotation into some of the other kind of lagging tech names. And so, we saw Amazon with a really awesome breakout, right? Opens up and just goes straight berserko. It was up 7 points today. Like, you very rarely see that out of Amazon. It is a breakout, 2 highs here. Look at this bad boy. Test. I mean, you can't really ask for much more of that. I think this is going to be in play for quite some time now. So we had a little bit of rotation, right, into some of these kind of things. Apple was really, really strong today. And so that's great, right? Tesla was strong today. Tesla had a great breakout. We had some awesome trades in this damn thing, man. We hit this on the red to green, hit this on the flag, hit it on the VWAP, and it hit this thing over and over. First time I can remember in so long where it was giving me these tradable entries. It was just fantastic. It's been so long since, we could feel good about trading Tesla. And you know what? On just the other side of things, the market just feels better when you're getting a little Tesla love, right? You just feel a little bit more saucy, a little bit more giddy when you're trading a little Tesla love. And Twitter's a lot more fun, too, when Tesla's flying. That's, because, half of life is, making money in stock market, shaming your friends on Facebook, and talking shit to people on Twitter, right? And it's a lot more fun when Tesla's going. And you do have a nice break over here. So we got a rotation, but not into small caps, but just, different large caps, right? So let's talk about the watch list for tomorrow. I think there's some good-looking stocks here that we can trade for tomorrow. I got GitLab here. Beautiful range on this thing here. Went from 43 to 50. They had some corporate board news, but it's been left for dead, and it looks like, now you've got this W pattern. I love W patterns, right? W patterns is like one of my favorite kind of bottoming patterns. It literally looked like a W, and you got that look here, and then you can see here, ORB and so on and so forth. So a good looking stock over there. MDB, I think we're getting into a gap fill mode here. Once again, a little bit of rotation, right? And so you got a little bit of a gap fill mode here. We see this a lot with these hot tech stocks. They tank Ola, and then, they start to kind of come in and fill that gap. Love the overall look of this. Tesla for day 2 play. Dude, we shredded this for once. Man, this stock has been my widow maker, right? My widow maker, and I finally got it, and it felt great. Now, let's see if we get a week open, and we got to get this thing to the 200-day moving average. Amazon for day 2. Let's watch this thing for pullbacks. Dude, this thing comes down to 192, 197. I mean, dude, we got to take this. If you're a swing trader, any dip on this, as long as the breakout holds, is a good swing opportunity. I think Apple's getting ready to, make its launch back into that kind of 220 mark and get this thing going. Shop is an interesting one. So you got a bottoming pattern and then like a little bit of a baby flag coming, coming under the 200-day moving average. And if you look here in like more of an hourly, right, you got a little bit of a W pattern that's happening, on the hourly. And so I think this kind of 66 probably sends it. And, dude, you got room to 69. I think that's a good spot here. Netflix, just a good old-fashioned God-fearing Christian flag. Probably won't. 685 is a trigger. Probably won't trade this myself. I suck at this stock, but it's the spread, I think. The spread gets me every time. And then we got CRDO. High-type flag, $30 breakout. It's been just marinating here. Man, it's about to take it out. It's just kind of testing. You can see why resistance is called resistance, right? About $30.05 should send this thing. Meta's looking on multiple time frames. Like, if it can clear this, you're going to see 530 real quick, right? And you got this huge base that's been developing here. And, it just sticks with the theme of, like, mega caps and breakouts. All the breakouts are happening in mega caps still. So you got that. Microsoft is a flag. A little bit of slower stock. You probably have to buy the calls on this. If you get a weak open, red to green, and it breaks this flag, I'd probably roll with the 455s. 455s would be like a buck and some change or something like that. I think that'll be a good spot going into Friday. Snapchat, love the look of this. This one's a slow bastard too. Now, it did move 6% the other day. I think this one is probably a little bit easier with options because it's just so thick. Sometimes, like, even when it moves like 6%, the per candle range, see the ATR? I love watching ATRs on 5-minute charts. If the ATR on 5-minute chart, 2 pennies, you got to wait. To get 10 cents, you're going to have to wait like 20, 30 minutes. I mean, like, it can kind of bore you. But, you get the 16. No, I wouldn't go probably the 17s. Right, just go, nearest to the money. If it breaks the 17s, I would consider today an inside day. It's got a buenos noches. And then this Vista's got a bear flag over here. I thought it was, frankly, I thought it was going to break to the upside the other day. But it also has a bear flag here, too. Watch and see how it reacts around here. If it takes this off, you've got some room to fall. Obviously, this thing was just $10. Or $20, a year ago. You got some room to fall. And then the last but not least, mRNA got dusted. This is the hourly chart. Big support. And now, boom, you've cracked it. Down 11% today. Let's gap this puppy a big range on this. Woo, right? Big range on this. So let's do this. Is like top of the list, man. This is a VWAP sizzle. Don't see those two often. 20 MA bone zones, big range. Love it. Guys, this is the list. I'm sticking to it. Semis may be a little bit funky tomorrow. That's okay, right? Look at the rotation into some of these other techs. And, dude, we're going to have ourselves a little fun. Let's go do it.